Okay, it says we are live. Now that's the confusing part when you see yourself over there. But anyways, this is the hard part, is not knowing. Let's try something here. Hey guys, it's Derek Connors here, and the beautiful Veronica. Bear with us as I try and pull up another profile so I can see you guys all talk. If you're there, go, oh, I can see you talk. Can you read that from here? Eric says, hi, is watching with us. Hi John, how you doing? Lori, Nancy. Sweet, awesome. All right, well thank you for everybody that's popping in and joining us. It's, I'm just gonna, oh, they're still there, don't worry. Try that again. There they are. Okay, just giving us a few minutes for people to join. Everybody's joining pretty quick. How's everybody doing tonight? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Just one more minute. I set this up as a backup because it's hard to tell when people are actually saying anything. It's hard. I just like to know what the lag is.
I see.
Alright, so I'm Derek Connors. This is the beautiful Veronica Connors, my lovely wife. She is the owner of Taunton Bay Soap Company. I am, as most of you know, the mouthpiece that, I don't know. I still don't know what my title is, but no, I'm the SEO and the streaming guy, and I do all kinds of fun things, run the contest and whatnot. But we're mostly here because we want to be here and answer questions. I know that there's tons of questions out there, and kind of keep it in open form. I wanted to bring my wife in here to throw her under the bus because she's way better at answering some of these questions than I am. Most of all, I want to give my love out to everybody that's going through the shit that's going on right now with the FDA, and it's just a bunch of bullshit if you ask me. Man, you know, it's like I don't even know where to start. I went through, and Dave Harmon sent me something from an article that he come across about how the Salmonella is being contaminated in herbs and spices that we're using. I'll go through and probably read that later, but I'm just having a hard time wrapping my mind around all this, you know. It's, if they say what is, if it's true what they say, then there would be thousands of people sick with it, and that's just not the case. I mean, I use Kratom every day. I mean, it's not, I don't know, it's just, how do you feel about it?
I don't know how I feel about it.
Speak up.
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't have feelings about it. Not allowed to. Remember, we're not allowed to talk about it.
Oh, that's right. Back to the whole vendors not being able to talk about any of that shit, huh? That's,
I feel like we're being put into a position where we're being corrupted, and they're telling us to shut up and deal with it and like it. It's a sad position to be in.
It's a shitty position to be in. It's, I do not like having to not give instructions with the product that I believe in. I consume Kratom. I sit right here every day and say I consume Kratom. I typically will take a dose of Kratom, which I probably will do here shortly. But I don't believe in letting people, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want people to get sick by not knowing what they're taking, and I believe that if we're not out here, if New and Current's not out there, you know, helping people, then what's the sense of even helping people if you can just make money off them and not really benefit from it? Because it's not about money at all. If it was about money, then none of this stuff would be. I mean, I'm stepping way out of my boundary zones doing this live stuff, but I was following analytical data, and it said that visuals are the way to go. Living stream is the up and coming curve. So we pumped everything we could into it to try and stay ahead of the curve, because that's the only way the information is going to get out there, is if we're spreading the information. And the only way we're spreading the information is if you're seeing us, because the way Facebook politics or the analytics go, if you get caught being an advocate or hashtagging Kratom or putting pictures of Kratom up on your wall, your groups are getting shut down. The Facebook groups are getting shut down. We're being censored. I said it the other day, and I had a big argument offline with somebody about it. I'm like, you can't tell me I'm not being censored. We just lost a group a few minutes ago, another unactive group. It was a secret group, and it had a picture of Kratom on the banner. And it was just a bunch of us vendors. You know, it was nothing but vendors in this group. We didn't sell anything. That's where we would gather to try and share information and ideas, and, you know, everything to try and benefit the community. So we're really being censored, and we're gonna have to find another platform, somebody that will accept us, allow us to speak our mind. You know, I don't know, it's aggravating, and to sit here and see what they're doing with the misinformation, the pre-information. Like, I mean, they started talking about the Salmonella thing a little while ago, and then all of a sudden we got a bunch of Salmonella poisonings that happened back in December, and now they want to trace down every single person that's ever used Kratom and ask them.
It's a witch hunt.
Huh?
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah, it's an absolute witch hunt. Absolute witch hunt. For what? To find the major source of Salmonella? It's more like they're trying to find the major source of Kratom so they can, you know, put a stop to it. A quick stop. And a scare. You know, Gottlieb's tweeted like 15 times today. I tweeted back to him once. He said they have Kratom has no medicinal value. So I tweeted to him. I said, why don't they use Kratom in CIA mind experiments like they did at LSD? Crazy and radical, I know, but the shit's got to come to an end. You know, somebody's got to take a stance. There's a huge community out here of people who know exactly what is going on. You know, when 100 people take the same product and nobody gets sick, but yet all of a sudden there's somebody that nobody knows in the community. Nobody knows. SK does not advertise hardly at all outside of the community. So it doesn't add up at all. The different vendors that they're tracing back to, they don't add up at all. You know, what's the chances of two completely different sources getting Salmonella at the same freaking time in different districts in Indonesia? You know, something's not adding up. I'm not going to say what's adding up, but I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of me. Do you have anything you want to say on this wonderful FDA-filled evening?
Well, in this particular subject, I suppose my theory goes into, I said it the other night on a different subject somewhere else. If you take new people to anything, they're going to panic. When anything happens that's out of the normal for them. I got hiccups. Could it be the Kratom? You know, it kind of goes in that same concept. So you take somebody who is taking Kratom, who's new to it, and they start having constipation issues or diarrhea issues. We already know that it affects your bowels. We already are aware of that. But a newbie who it might be going through some of those changes starts wondering, I got the flu, but is it the flu? Could it be Salmonella? We know that flu is on the rise right now. So all these people are panicking and thinking, well, wait, I was sick last week. Do you think maybe it was the Kratom that I had gotten from a different vendor or something? And I've seen this. I've literally seen this in the groups, people panicking all of a sudden. Yet they're not talking about even current products or current orders. We're talking, there was an outbreak apparently that took place somewhere between September and December, and they're trying to backlink those illnesses at that time, but they're going to cause a huge influx because now people are wondering if things that they're getting now is causing them to get sick. So then they're going to have more people going in and questioning it. Of course, your doctors are going to be like, oh yeah, that's a possibility, especially if it gets them out of any, recourse for taking care of them or whatever. So I'm just wondering if that's where this is going to go. If we're going to wind up having more cases of like outbreak or whatever that they're going to claim as salmonella, which it could just be a stomach flu or whatever. And putting more of us in harm's way.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just the beginning of everything that is to come. I mean, we knew that there would be issues that would arise eventually with the whole legality issue of it, but I think in retrospective, I mean, a lot of us have been trying to keep everybody safe by, implementing the right things and preaching the right things and teaching the right things. But to see this coming to this perspective, or not this perspective, but to this level, when you look at the map of infected areas, and it just, like I said, it's not adding up at all. I don't know. I want to hear what you all have to think about this. So, unless you have something more you want to say, I'll open up the phone lines for a call. The telephone number is 207-669-8255.
No, 8225.
What did I say?
You said 8255.
Oh.
It's 8225.
207-669-8225. That is the number to the desk right here in front of us. But yes, I transpose and I mess up and I just keep going. Definitely not good at what I'm doing, but it is what it is, right? So don't be checking, pick up the phone. We have a ton of viewers out there. Put that over there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to try and get up that thing that Dave sent me. 207-669-8225. Would somebody put it up in the chat if you would? If there is anybody in there. See, I don't see... Oh, okay, there's 27 people. Out of 27 people, 28 people, 29 people, nobody can call. Bunch of chicken shits. Should I be calling on that? Oh, wait, let me go. 207-669-8225. I'd like to hear some vendors, to be honest with you, but Jonas said Facebook has been doing that every time Kratom hits the media drama. Yeah, I don't know, it hasn't been this bad. It's never been this bad. I mean, I can post something and nobody literally will see it for 12 hours. Alright, come on, people. Anybody. So I'm thinking we're probably going to be changing the labels. We're going to be going back to not putting
any
suggestions on there. I hate that idea personally. I freaking absolutely hate that idea. I feel like I'm giving in to something that I feel drastically different about, all because
we are.
Huh?
We are.
We are what?
Nothing.
Oh. 207-669-8225. And if you don't call, I'm going to start singing. I probably shouldn't say that
Please
either.
Call. Thank you.
Whatever, I can sing.
You have a call. Press 1 to answer the call. Press 2 to send the call to voice.
Good evening, how are we?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Hold on one second, let me turn you down a little bit here.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not, right there. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so, yeah, the FDA has really been bashing Kratom. They're, of course, on board with Big Pharma, I believe. I think most everybody knows that. So they're putting it out in my opinion, they're putting it out more, to shut you guys down. When you see cases of salmonella, like in lettuce, spinach, salad, prepared salad that come in the bags, or any type of vegetable. If they put it out there like one time,
Right.
and that's it,
Right.
and that's all you ever hear about it. And you're lucky if you saw it.
Yeah.
And if you look more into it, they will trace the exact location that it came from. Okay, instead of leaving it up in the air like, where it makes people more leery and more, scared, in other words, to continue to use your product. And I don't know the answer. I do believe that your video helps, but I believe that the more that you put out there, the better. Don't be afraid of being shut down. I know that, you get closed down in different groups, like you were saying, and that type of thing. I've heard other people talking about the same thing. But, you got to keep on, putting it out there. I mean, it's the same thing with medicinal and marijuana, or marijuana in general. People have fought for it for how long? A long time.
Since the
And
60s.
they're making, good strides, okay? I don't know how you feel about marijuana. We won't go into that discussion. But personally, I think it's a great thing. I know a lot of people that benefit from that alongside, Kratom, too, since I've joined the Kratom group that I'm in. Anyway, that being said,
How long?
does
How long?
any of that make sense to you?
It does. Makes complete sense. How long have you been taking Kratom?
I don't even use it on a regular basis. I got it here. I initially got it from my mother, who is on morphine, a low dosage of immediate release and long-term that she takes every day for her severe rheumatoid arthritis. She's 73 years old. She's getting to an age where you really don't need to be taking morphine, every day. And it's something that I thought that will, be here. And I order occasionally. I try to keep it here at the house, and I use some occasionally for like a occasional anxiety attack or something like that. Or sometimes I do have like some bad pain from fibromyalgia and some liver pain from a liver disease that I have, and it helps with that when my ibuprofen doesn't work. So I keep it here, but I don't use it every day. But I follow the group that I'm in every day, NAQ, because I want to know everything I possibly can know. So my mother, when I do get her on it, will know the best, the most palatable way for her to take it and that type of thing, and also side effects and things like that. Just anything that would go, along with taking something, that treats an illness or pain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could have information available, readily available. And I mean, I think the most important part is when you're when you're working with people or people are trying to come out of addiction, is having that sense of community. And really, that's where it's at, and that's what all of us really have tried to do. That's right now, that's my big thing, because my mom's not, she's a little ways away from giving up the morphine and switching to something that she's going to have to pay out of pocket, for. Right.
She has to pay a little bit out of pocket with her insurance. She's got good insurance, but, it will be more expensive. But no, between me and, I'm not on loudspeaker, am I? Or if I am, is it just is it with everybody
Oh, yes.
on the thing?
Oh, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
Say
just want to
hi.
say that, okay, well, there's three people in my family who are very close relative-wise, okay, as far as relatives, that had severe heroin addictions. They live up in the Northeast and East Coast, and anyway, long story short, they have overcome their heroin addiction, but that was before I ever knew about Kratom.
Yep.
I wish I did, because now they're totally dependent on methadone. One is methadone, the other two are Suboxone. Okay? The one that is on methadone has, weight gain from it, and I worry about him. I love him, and I worry about him, about his cardiovascular and all that type of thing and system. And he doesn't abuse it. He's actually, he went to college after overcoming the heroin addiction, being on the methadone, and he graduated from four-year university, and he's got he's a supervised position now with Parks and Rec, where he lives at. My other two, they've stayed clean. They've, held down regular jobs. They have families they take care of. So it's just actually a miracle. It's actually almost unheard of, it's not unheard of, but about heroin addiction. It's the hardest drug to get off of permanently.
Absolutely.
And I prefer that they be using Kratom, and I've told all three of them about it. I've sent information to them. But they're in that cycle, of the pill.
Right. Well, and it's not only that. I mean, I don't know their financial situation, but those are the only two things, their golden standards are the only things that insurances will pay for. Insurance isn't going to pay, and it's not that Kratom's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, generally, somebody recovering from opiate addiction can still, $80 a month. They're gonna, be way better off in comparison to thousands of dollars a month that they were on the heroin. I mean, if they want to sit there and compare the two, okay, there's your comparison. Right there, or
right.
The health of the mental.
The discussions never come up about the cost, okay? But I could see one of the three, or all three, coming back at me, if I ever really got into it and said, hey, this isn't good for you anymore. You really should. You really should try this Kratom. It works. I'm in a group. I see thousands, of testimonies. And they'd probably come back at me, well, how much does it cost?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's usually
the
I could see that coming a mile away, probably.
Yeah,
so, but like you said, comparatively, to the money that they used to spend and the trouble they got in, and the streets of New Jersey and New York and everything, taking your chances with your life, sleeping outside in the cold. When, people were playing tough love with you, and things like that. I don't know, but, it doesn't seem to faze them that what they're taking now is just another pill or drug, another type of opiate.
Right. They're not going to, I honestly don't think, even once you're on those, you still don't get the clarity of mind until you're completely off them. I was on Suboxone for 5 years, and Suboxone did nothing good for me mentally at all, or really physically.
Yeah.
I mean, not at all.
Yeah, I could actually, I can actually see things sometimes. Yeah, they're a little too dependent. It's like another addiction. Which, I have heard that you can become addicted to Kratom, but I think that's more not physically, it's a more tolerant type thing, isn't it? Where you build up a tolerance for it, and you have to reboot your system. But that's no biggie, It's not going to kill you, And you can overdose on methadone if you decided to abuse it. My son, they don't abuse their, drugs. If oh God, whatever, I just slipped. But anyway, it's not being abused. Otherwise they wouldn't be functioning at the level that they're functioning at. But there's always that trigger that can come up. And what's the closest thing they've got? They've got their Suboxone, they've got their methadone.
Yep.
And then what's next? Back on the streets.
Right.
Because, so you sound like, about heroin addiction. I don't know if that was your drug of choice, but, anyway, I'd love to see them on Kratom, and I'm going to continue to send them information. But yeah, back to the original discussion is that, of course, you're being demonized, you know, by FDA and Big Pharma, and you know, they've got even more to worry about now because, you know, in government they're cracking down on the you know, people that provide opiates and stuff. So yeah, they're paranoid.
Oh yeah, they are, and I mean that's kind of why we do it the way we're doing it this way. That way we can put the image out there that we're not just a bunch of synthetic drug pushers like they're trying to make us out to be. You know, because that's how it all started. That they wanted to angle it was synthetics. I mean, look at half the laws where kratom is illegal in states. They're under the synthetic laws. They don't even know what the heck they're talking about with it 90% of the time. And until they get educated, they're not going to know what they're talking about. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's why we've got to quit pushing. I mean, keep on pushing, keep on signing. I sign the petitions whenever they come across my feed or I see them in the group and stuff. But everybody's got to sign those petitions.
Yep,
you know.
That is right.
Do what they have to do. Anyway, thank you, and thanks for being there for us. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for calling in, and thank you for participating in the group. And this is Norman just stepping into the picture. He is the other owner of Taunton Bay Soap Company.
Hello, everyone.
Say hi. All right, I'm going to jump